Hi there, I'm Nicola Chatham from nicolachatham.com, and in this video I'm going to tell you 3 simple strategies that will help you determine where to put your pond. So keep watching because it's going to save you some time and effort, and also might save you a bit of stressful nights when it comes to sleeping as well. You'll see what I mean. Hi there, I'm Nicola Chatham, and so I'm just about to climb into bed after the opening of my exhibition at Caloundra, and I thought I'd give you a little insight into what it's like to be a pond owner, a frog pond owner, when it's right next to your bedroom window and you've just had the first 2 days of rain in a couple of months and it's filled up the pond. So you can hear what it's like in the bedroom. Just wait till we step outside. Aren't they amazing? So noisy. That's a very healthy population of frogs. You might call it a chorus. Like, and densely populated. It's like the Tokyo of frog ponds. Sometimes on nights like these, I use my trusty pair of earplugs to get through the night. But I have become used to it. I guess it's like traffic, it's like anything, you know, when you move to a new place and you've got a new sound and it's kind of a bit off-putting to begin with. Last year I had to have earplugs in every night, whereas now it's just for rare occasions like these, perhaps when there's the whole symphony's moved in to town. But they're certainly worth having because they do do a lot of the pest control without me having to lift a finger, and certainly without having to use any chemicals. They get out there and they eat lots of the bugs for me, and plus they're just totally delightful to get to stumble across in your day-to-day life, coming across a frog on your kitchen bench or on a parsley leaf. So they're here to stay, and I highly recommend having a frog pond, but just consider where you're going to put it. And perhaps if you're a light sleeper, you may want to locate it somewhere down near the laundry, perhaps, or a little bit further out of earshot. And I mean, in reality, I would be surprised if you get this kind of population in a frog pond that's located in the city. More power to you if you can get this many frogs into your pond in the city, but it's likely to be a lot quieter than this, I would expect anyway. Now, the other 2 elements that are useful to consider when you're deciding where to put your pond is, firstly, you may decide to put it down in a lower area of your garden. If you live in a place that doesn't get a lot of rainfall, then by putting it down at the bottom of a slope, you're going to be harvesting and catching all the water that flows off your property, and it'll help to naturally keep the water levels up high in your pond without having to resort to using the hose to top it up. I live in a fairly high rainfall area, so I've put mine at the top of the slope and it's working fine. But that's a useful strategy to keep in mind if you are somewhere where water is a bit of an issue. Now, thirdly, so first of all, we're thinking about perhaps not keeping it next to your bedroom window. Secondly, popping it at the bottom of a slope is useful. And thirdly, and this may, like it's in my case, counteract the first principle. And that is, it's useful to have your pond as close to, if not in, your veggie patch. And that's so that the predators are going to be really right next door to your vegetables, and you'll be having the birds come into the garden and they'll have a little bath in there and flap around, and then they'll go and eat some caterpillars while they're here and have a snack in the meantime. So by having your pond close to your vegetables and as close as possible to your vegetables, you're going to get the maximum value of the pest management from it. So those three things, we've got location to your bedroom window, proximity to your bedroom window, just something to consider. Keeping it at the bottom of a slope if you want to harvest water. And thirdly, you want to be keeping it close to your veggie patch as possible, and ideally actually in your veggie patch, just as I have here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope these little tips have helped you figure out where to put your pond. And next week I will take you through some steps about how to actually make a pond. I'll show you some really useful tools to make a pond in a rental property so that it's not permanent. And yeah, there's some cool tips coming up. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could share it with your friends. Press like, share it around social media, tweet the tweetables, and we'll get the word out and help people to organically manage their pests in their garden. It's what I'm really passionate about doing. The more that people we can help to spread the word that growing organic food is fun and easy and accessible, the more that we can help empower each other to live healthier lives and also to help the environment. So I'm Nicola Chatham. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. The predators